And your first songs that what were they about? Lyrically, how did it sound?
Well, I think they were just about like princesses and clouds and kings and things like that.
Okay.
And still
Fairy
about,
tales.
yeah, fairy tale kind of stuff, and like, you know, incorporating little loves and little crushes that I had. Because I mean, I fell in love when I was 3 for the first time, so
Okay.
3 years old.
What was his name?
Jimmy.
Jimmy. And how old was Jimmy?
He was 11. I was a tart. That means kind of like, no, I'm just kidding. I know I wasn't a tart. But yeah, I think he was like my babysitter's younger brother, and he would come along. I don't know how I managed to fall in love with him, but I really did. I mean, I loved him. I loved Batman too, big time. Adam West, like the man who played, that's Twisted.
Yeah.
That was like my first crush.
He was already old in the 60s.
Yeah, no, he was just disgusting.
Okay.
But I loved him. And I thought he could see me through the TV. I mean, I was that young, so I would get like in my best outfit, and I would sit in front of the TV and be like, yeah, Batman.
Okay. It sounds like a very good young youth.
Yeah.
But then on your new album, in Final Haven Harbor, you sing, "When I was young, I had a dark heart inside of me." So it wasn't all that good.
Well, I mean, I think...
You mean with the melancholy side you always
Yeah,
had?
I think with the fairy tales, people say to me, like, oh, fairy tales is all pretty, and fairy tales are the most horrible. I mean, there's this vicious, like, dark side, and then there's, like, the light side, too. So, I mean, with the dichotomy and the duality of the nature of life and just being out in nature, you know, and finding a dead bird, and it's terrible at a young age, you know, things like that. So I think the duality was always there, and I just think I was really a lot more reflective than maybe I should have been, because I was really thinking about a lot of sad things when I was little for no reason, really.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Can you give an example for that?
Of like sad things?
Yeah, what was in your mind when you were like...
Well, I mean, it's pretty, like, most people, if they're playing Batman and Robin and they're 3 years old, they're having them, like, fight crimes, and I was playing funerals, so, and I don't know why, but I just was kind of, I just felt the sadness, and I felt the sadness of other people when I would meet them, and I think, oh, they're sad about this, you know, and it just was so sad to me. I cried a lot.
Yeah, and is it still how you are? Did it change?
No, I mean, I've had to, well, a lot has changed in my life now that I'm, like, on the road and things like that, and, I mean, playing in bars, and, you know, so I've had to toughen up. I mean, I've toughened up quite a bit. I'm a lot more tough than I maybe seem, but, so, I don't know, but I'm not as sad, I don't think. I don't go there anymore. You don't, you have books on your shelf, you don't always read them. You know they're there.
Okay. So did you lose that little bit when you left the house when you grew up?
Perhaps a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I traveled a lot. I lived in a lot of different places in the States, and so I would kind of grow a family of friends, and then they just kind of just whisked away or got sucked into black holes and disappeared, and so I just kind of kept moving around, and I never found really any sense of permanence or, you know, so, you know, I just traveled so much. So you begin to kind of go into yourself when you do that, because you're meeting different people all the time, and you don't have your friend next to you that you've known since you were 3. You know, you just met him last week, so you begin to get, you know, inside your head a little bit, I think.
Yeah.